Welcome everyone to Under Pressure Armoury. In this tournament, we will be seeing a lot of stuff that's not normal. Every comp is predetermined, which will definitely lead to a lot of interesting stuff. I'm Emily.
And I'm Phantomu. I'm going to be commentating with Emily. I'm really looking forward to seeing some of these matches because, a lot of these comps we're seeing in tournaments these days are just double splash, and here we have the first two comps.
Yeah, we see the Alpha team running with Squeezer, Zinc Mini, T-Tech, and Viper.
Yippee versus Seasick Tides. There is one splash in the comps here. I wonder what they're gonna do with it.
Yeah, both are not really that extremely meta heavy or in the meta at the moment, but it's still there's still a lot of try strikes on both teams, which can lead to a lot of blocking off of the map.
These comps seem quite fair actually, and it's really not something you see often in other tournaments these days, so I'm super looking forward to seeing how this plays out.
Yeah, same. Especially since we see even Ultra Stamp, Booyah Bomb. We see everything here. It's all mixed up, which can lead to a lot of interesting games here. This also is double elimination, meaning, double elimination.
I think it's best of 3 and then moving on to... and then... the next round. Yeah.
Yep.
I wonder when Tri-String is gonna come up.
Yeah, especially since Tri-Stringer isn't really that often seen in tournaments, but it is still a very nice weapon to get to see be played, as you can do a lot of cool stuff with it. Especially the arc shots and the AOE can be really nice.
I'm casually just obsessed with Tri-Stringer. Anyways, as for the teams, it might actually be really interesting for the players themselves because they'll be forced to play weapons they don't usually play. So it's a pretty good learning experience for them too.
Yeah, especially if there's a one-trick there that could really throw them off. If there's, for example, a one-trick Viper that casually has to play Squeezer, that is going to be very difficult, but I think they will all manage. I think it's going to be really fun to watch and see what plans they all have.
I feel like you're calling out someone in particular there, and but so here are the first 3 maps on round 1. So the first game's gonna be on Hagglefish Zones. I think Explosher is gonna do really well on there.
Yeah, Explosher will definitely do well. I wonder if the Tetris, which is in the beta team, will actually feed a lot. So let's get right into the game.
Ooh. Interesting.
Okay, so we see most of them are actually running a lot of LDE and is a lot of stealth jump as well, which is obvious in the meta right now. And we see it's actually going quite even right now. YP is really close to taking over the zone, and it looks like they can actually take it, but they don't. Seasick Tides flips the zone in their favor, and it's really good. But see a DC on Seasick Tides.
That's unfortunate. Well, let's continue anyway.
Yeah.
Triple Spin Strike gets thrown. Yippee is... Oh. Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, so this is a redo. Unfortunate that there was a DC, but it happens.
Yeah, things like that just happen.
Multiplayer game of the year, am I right? Yeah, I think they should really flesh out the service a little bit more. I think it's not really.
Right. So when the game began, it looked like everybody was really desperate to get the zone there. It
Yeah,
was a really big mid fight, and everyone was just out there.
yeah, it was definitely a lot of like going like, who takes the zone first? Is it EP? Is it Seasick Tides? It's definitely a lot of fighting over the zone there.
Yeah, let's give this a little while for them to sort out connection issues and such.
Yeah.
How do you think either comps will be able to hold the zone?
I mean, with this Explosher, it is definitely very nice to paint there. And both of the teams have Tri-Strike, which is definitely useful for the zone, as it can easily just flip the zone for each team. So it's definitely nice on both sides.
I think Explo would be really good at like trying to cap the zone from a safe distance. I think the only like major threat to them would be the Squeezer. But hey, that's what makes these comps fair.
Yeah,
You can't have a weapon that's safely able to stand anywhere on the map.
yeah, let's get right back into it. Splat Zone's Hagglefish again. Unless we're moving to tower control, which I'm not sure 100% about, but okay. So yeah, let's get right back into Splat Zone's Hagglefish and let's see what is going to be going on. Will we get another ATC? I hope not. That will be unfortunate for Seasick Tides there.
It really would. Alright, let's begin.
Yep.
Rematch.
Alright. Yeah, obviously
Same
we see the
comps?
same comps. Will we see them fighting over the zone again though? They definitely will be, but will it be as even as before? We'll see.
Their abilities are the same. Ooh, someone's going down the alley. Wiper might be going out for a flank.
Yeah, and they didn't even see the flank.
Tetra's going
As
for a
of now,
flank.
Vortex actually going for a really nice flank, but they do get picked off
and
there.
they do get a pick. Go on.
Yeah, so we see Seasick Tides almost being able to take over the zone and actually getting penalty points over UP's score. And pushing back into UP's base by quite a bit, but we see a Tri-Strike.
This isn't looking really good for Yippee. Ari looks like she's going for a flank. Oh, a stand gets popped?
And we see another DC though, and it's quite laggy. Oh god. This is chaos.
Let's go.
So, let's see what's going on here. So, Yippee is taking back the zone as Seasick Tides is at a disadvantage at the moment.
Looks like this will be an easy win for Yippee, because yeah, Seasick Tides are at a permanent disadvantage, but they do have two specials ready up. Let's see how they're gonna
and
get
the Booyah does get popped and
The
is
Tri-Strike
going
and
to
Booyah
flip
gets
the
popped at the
zone
same
both.
time.
And
That
really
does
nice
get the
from
zone.
Seasick there.
Well played, well played. T-Tech goes in for a kill and that was a really aggressive kill.
Yeah, it was, but T-Tech the Tetras do get picked off by the Squeezer, and UP does manage to take back the zone for UP there. Wait, what?
We see the Squeeze is just here trying to hold the zone. The Booyah is getting hit, and it does not manage to do much. It's just the Tetras alive for Seasick Tides. They're playing really safe and staying back. The best move for them right now would probably to just wait for respawns.
Yeah, wait
don't
for
think that-
respawns, then try to maybe flank, but we see a reflight in the middle, almost getting to
Oh,
flip the
it's
zone,
a-
and can they actually flip the zone
They
for
might.
Seasick? They can.
do. Wow. Oh, Yippie's 3 down. This might actually be an advantage for Seasick Tides. If
Yeah,
they
Seasick
manage to hold it
Tides-
out long enough, they might be able to win. The Wiper's going off flank, but yeah, they get picked off pretty quickly.
Yeah, Seasick Tides is actually really well at pushing back EP there, and nice pick from Autumn there. And we see a Tri-Strike Tri-Strike to really make sure that Yippee is not getting in to get those points, and we may see Seasick actually get the lead here, which is definitely good for them, especially with the DC.
That's really impressive, to be honest. Oh, but the Trizuka gets popped, and it manages to pick off the Tetras. But Yippee is 3 down again, and they're staggering really hard.
And Seasick actually wins this, even with the DC, really well for them there.
Yeah, that was honestly quite impressive. I really didn't think they'd be able to win that round.
But it was really, really well played from both teams there. That was really nice with the comms as well. Even though they're predetermined, they really did manage to work it well into their gameplay.
Hold on, what weapon was the one that DC'd again? I kind of missed it.
I think it was the Explosion or the Pro. I'm not particularly sure. I think it was. I think it was the Explosion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which then, well, led to not a lot of backline. Happens,
No backline?
but no backline. So yeah, hopefully there won't be any more DCs, especially here on Tower Mako, which can be. It's very cramped there, so it can be quite difficult sometimes to get in.
I do wonder how Expo is gonna play on TC and Rainmaker actually, because it's a really powerful pick for zones, but it does struggle a little on TC especially. For Rainmaker it's okay because it has rain and it can just use rain to shred the shield.
Yeah, Explosion is really nice also, well, as you said, destroying the Rainmaker shield, especially because of the high damage and the explosion that it has. But as you said, I really do wonder how it'll work. But Zimmy on Alpha Team could be really well for Tower, especially because of the big bubbler, which Seasick Tides doesn't have.
Right, but Seasick Tides has that GG Booyah.
Yeah, the GG Booyah and the GG Tri-Strike as well, which can definitely determine a full tower control game. Yeah.
I wonder how how they'll be able to gain value off the Reef Slide outside of zones. Because I know for zones, they can just Reef Slide in, like they did a couple of times before. They Reef Slided in and got a few picks, and almost capped zone.
Yeah, I really do wonder as well how it's gonna even be used for tower. I mean, probably just to go into the base and just get some sneaky picks, but we will see here on Mako on tower control.
Same comps?
Yeah, obviously same comps. Let's see what's going on. Is a lot of the gear has actually changed. There's not as much LDE anymore as before, which
That's a lot
definitely
of stealth jump.
Yeah, there was a lot of stealth jump.
The weapon gets picked up immediately though.
Yeah, and a nice pick from Autumn there as well again. Really nice there. And we see Autumn get on the tower, which is definitely good for Seasick Tides as they can get an early lead already.
Yippee is 2 down, 3 down. A Tri-Strike gets popped trying to clear their snipe area. Looks like they'll be able to clear the next checkpoint. However, Yippee has all their members back up again. A Re-Slider gets popped, but it does not get any picks.
Yeah, we see Yippee throw out a Tri-Strike, which made Seasick Tides go back a little and get off the tower, but that did not manage to completely work in the full time. But Yippee actually goes on the tower now and potentially even pushes Seasick Tides by quite a bit. But we do see a Tri-Strike get thrown from Tides here.
But they've got a bubble ready. The bubble's deployed, but unfortunate for Yippee, 2 of their members go down, so they can't continue the push.
Yeah, we see Ari go in with a stamp, but sadly not working. That is truly a stamp moment right there.
Definitely. Expo is going for some picks here. Ooh, that's a
Yeah,
nice
that was a
pick.
nice pick there. Yeah, was just about to say that.
Unfortunate for Yippee. 3 of the members went down, and Seasick Tides will try to make another push here.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's a
Unsalted
flank.
actually flanked him, but sadly getting picked off by Naughty here, which is unfortunate for YP, but...
They've got a Booyah ready. Stam gets popped. Ooh, it gets thrown at the Booyah, but it's unable to do anything.
Yeah, we see EP managing to take back the tower, potentially pushing back Seasick as well, but...
Seasick Tides are 3 down.
Yeah, it's really looking quite good for Seasick on this side, but let's see what Yippee is going to do, as they do throw a tri-strike out, which can potentially do a lot in this game.
I've noticed Yippee is staggering quite a lot, and sometimes that finding it quite difficult to recover from it. The Expo is getting rushed, but they're forced to back out.
That was a
but they
nice
get the
pick there.
Yeah, that really was. The storm gets thrown. Seasick Tides might be able to go for another push here.
Yeah, we see the Expo just trying to mark off a lot of areas so that YP can't really flank in, but it did really work there as well, and YP is getting pushed back by quite a bit on Seasick from getting to tower, and Naughty actually getting a nice pick there as well on Unsalted.
Booyah's getting popped by Snipe. Does it find any picks? No, but it does force the Squeezer to move off Snipe. Tetris goes down, but this is really looking bad for Yippee as they're staggering really hard, and that's a wipeout.
Yeah, Seasick Tides only has the last checkpoint left, and Yippee really has to work here. But we see a nice fight with the Viper, and they do actually get a pick, but unfortunately for them, Seasick got this as well, and that means they got this set.
That's game. I believe this set will be going to Seasick Tides. So we won't be seeing round 3.
Yeah, those were some nice games though from both teams. We did see Seasick Tides push back EP by quite a bit, but yeah, really nice games here.
Yes, so since we won't be seeing a map 3, I believe we'll be moving on to a break.
Yeah, I think we will be moving on to a break after this now, so yeah.
See you later. Hey, we're back. So we'll be moving on to the winners round 2. And the teams we have here are Last Wish versus Meryl. That's a really large roster from Last Wish. The comps here are quite interesting. We're seeing the Wiper again, and L3D. The L3D is meant to be a vanilla L3.
Yeah, again, we see the Viper again, which is definitely nice here. As Tomu just said, the L3D is a mistake. It's supposed to be a normal L3, but happens. I bet this could be really nice though, here, especially since we have another Tri-Strike. We have Tri-Strikes on both teams again. And I really wonder how Last Witch is gonna use the super jumps from the NZAP89.
Oh yeah, the chumps. I've not really seen chumps on competitive before, so I'm really interested in how they're gonna utilize it. And also Umbrella too. I wonder if we're gonna get any Nintendo netcode moments.
Yeah, could happen. I mean, I've seen a couple of nice plays with the super jumps where you just basically hide behind them, so you're basically safe and protected. But they do get destroyed pretty quickly, which is, well, unfortunate.
I mean, the Rapid might actually be a really good counter for the chumps because of its burst damage, I believe.
Yeah, the roller maybe as well, especially because of, well, rolling and the splash of the the horizontal.
The roller, I don't think it's as good as the Rapid, but it definitely has potential to counter the chumps.
Yeah, really. Yeah, as you've said, because of the AoE, which is definitely nice there. Alright, let's get right into the game on Clam Blitz Manta.
We'll be seeing the clumps we saw on the previous screen.
Yeah. Alright, immediately going in, we see a lot of stealth jump.
Almost everyone's wearing stealth jump. It's just fancy with loads of special charge up. They might be playing jump spam. Yeah, the chumps go out immediately. That's a flank.
And Mero does not notice the flank. Can they get a pick? They do get a pick, but they do get picked from QB, which is unfortunate for them, but good for Mero there.
The crab gets popped on low ground. That is quite interesting. Oh, will they get pushed off the map? That was really, really close.
Yeah, really, really close there with getting pushed off, but they QB did get a pick on one of them on Last Wish, which is, oh, good for them. And we do see another one get the Brella get picked off by the roller here.
Oh, the cooler gets popped. Will they be able to get a push in here? Nub is playing quite safe, but two of Last Wish are down. They might be able to get the clam in. The bubble gets popped, and yes, they do get a push in.
Yeah, they do get quite a bit of clams in, but they're currently completely empty from clams. And there's only the NZAP89 alive, and everyone from Last Wish has to now focus on Nub at the bottom on their pillar. And they do get picked off by both of them there.
We got absolutely surrounded, but that was a pretty interesting move there. The Brilla's down again, and looks like they're trying to go for another push. Ooh, very close. Kiwi almost went down to the ultra bomb.
Yeah, we see QB is just basically playing safe here, but Last Witch with a power climb and getting it in, but there's no one to follow up on immediately, and that is not looking good, but they do throw out the chumps, which is a nice distraction, but unfortunately
they weren't able to get the clams in time.
They didn't get another in.
Yeah. Looks like they'll have to go for another push. They do have a Tri-Strike ready, which could definitely help with it. Oh, but that counted tri-striking the enemy's tri-strike.
Yeah, we see QB popping a crap, but not noticing that the Brella is on the pillar just sharking. But unfortunately, they had to get pushed back by quite a bit. But we may see a nice push from them as they do have the power climb ready.
Oh, Mero is 3 down. This is a really good opportunity for a push, and they do get the clam in. They have loads of clams, and there goes the lead.
Yeah, they really pushed forward really nicely there and got a lot of clams in, and we see a tri-strike getting popped as well.
Mero's staggering quite a bit. Last Wish is doing a really good job at holding them out, but unfortunately for them, the wiper goes down, and so does the Tri-Star ship. The basket's back up, and now they're forced to back up. But that was a really strong push from Last Wish. All they have to do now is hold it. And
yeah, Last Wish did a really nice.
If they manage to do that, the game will probably go to them.
Yeah, we really have to see what Mero has to do. We see the crab get pushed and get popped, and there is also a big bubbler ready. But we gotta see what Mero does with it.
Ooh, the roller sharking on bunker. They throw a culling bomb to see if they can pick out anyone or locate anyone.
Yeah, Mero's currently playing it really safe, but they do have to push in, but don't have a power climb ready yet. That was a nice pick from Az there with the pick on.
Mero might be able to get a push in here. They do. Will they be able to retake the lead?
They may really be, and it looks like they could, but Nub is completely alone and sadly gets picked off, which is really good for Last Wish as they are really safe right now and even have another power climb ready.
All Last Wish needs to do is to hold that lead. They have to deny the enemy. They have to deny Mero clams. Now we're moving into overtime. This is getting really tense. They've picked up the power. Are they able to get it in?
Yeah, we see Last Wish pushing out the super jumps, but there's not much time left on Mero's side, and it's looking really close. And Last Wish takes this game.
That was... If overtime had gone a little longer, I think they definitely could have gotten that lead there.
Yeah, I think so too. That could have gone really well for Mero there. Especially because they had a lot of chances to push in.
I did notice a few Brella netcode moments.
Yeah, Brella netcode really happens quite a bit.
It happens.
Yeah.
But
next up, we do have splat zones on Flounder with ridiculously small zones where the roller definitely could help there.
I believe roller on Flounder. That's actually capable of doing loads of sneaky moves because roller works quite well with walls, I think. Yeah, because rollers under ledges are really difficult to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah, I really wonder what Mero will do for zones on Flounder with both of them. Even the tri-strike can really help there, which is always good for zones, especially for these small zones where you can basically immediately get them just with one strike.
Actually, yeah, tri-strike on Flounder, just Flounder in general, is really powerful because it's able to just take out anyone on the walls, and it just makes the walls completely not traversable for the enemy. Kind of forgot the word there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, the Tri-Strike really can do a lot on Flounder. I wonder what we'll see both of the teams do here though, especially because of the wild comms. But Last Wish did do well. Both of them really managed to work the new comp really well into their playstyle.
Rella in comp is still really interesting to me, and I really haven't seen it much, so seeing it for the first time in competitive is just really interesting to me.
Yeah, really. All right, it seems like both of the teams are taking quite a bit to get ready. I wonder what's going on. As there really shouldn't be much thought in picking the weapons, as we have, well, predetermined comps.
Very likely to be discussing strategies. Oh right, looks like they'll be getting a sub, so that's why it's taken a while. Anyways, moving on to the game.
Yeah, we obviously see the same comp. I think we're going to say this every time.
Yes, we are.
But yeah, I'm really curious what they're both gonna do here.
The end sub looks like it's just painting for special and taking its time moving out to mid. Ooh, the wipe is going out to trench. Well, is it able to get any picks?
We don't see them get any picks, but they do get picked off by Nup here,
they
which
get
is
steamrolled by that roller.
yeah. And Last Wish currently has the zone, which is definitely looking good for them. And
the fight's going on either side of trench, and I find that quite interesting. The Rapid's trying to go for a few picks, but the Brella, the Brella gets net coded.
yeah, we see two nice
that's
picks from
two.
Dinla there. That was really good with the Rapid.
They should be
That
able
was-
to get zoned here.
Yeah, they got back the zone and really did push back Last Wish with that 2 picks there. That was really
That was
well
absolutely
from Dinla.
insane. Very well done to them. The Brella's coming from behind. Is it able to do anything? The shield's getting shredded. And they managed to escape.
Yeah, we do see that Mero has the lead now, though, which is definitely looking good for them. But Last Witch manages to take back the first zone, and all of them are currently there.
They're
Basically,
holding a
just
pretty strong front.
yeah, nice pick from QB there as well with the L3. And can they get another one?
Looks like Lost Wish is staggering a little. They're 2 down again. 3 down now. The ends up alone. And will they be able to hold that position for any longer?
Yeah, it's really quite close here. Mero is currently at 20 points, and they're really, really fighting over the zone at the moment. And it's looking quite good for Mero here. As it's
Looks like they'll be able to KO here. They're doing a really good job at holding the zone. And
yeah, it's only the
just
Viper, and they do get the KO on Last Wish, so it's now 1-1 match point.
That's game. I find it quite interesting because in early rounds of double elimination, it usually goes like 2-0, and it rarely ever goes to 2-1. Or
Yeah.
that's what's going to be this. That's what the score's going to be later on.
Yeah, those were definitely some nice games. Really good from Mero there, managing to get the tie for the set, which is nice for them. Especially, we saw they did a really good job at holding the zone for quite a while.
I like Mero's icon.
Yeah.
Um, no, I think Mero did an excellent job at holding the zone, and that helped him sweep flounder zones.
Yeah, I really
So-
wonder what they'll do on tower control Sturgeon, though. Anyone could win this, really. Like, both of them really have the ability to win this quite well. They both play really well.
Bowler on tower can be quite annoying sometimes, since they've got a bubble, and they can also just roll around on the tower, which just helps them take it back really quickly.
Mm.
Yeah, they've also got... Both teams have tri-strikes, so GG tri-strikes.
Yeah, GG tri-strikes are always...
Here we go again, and for the 1000th
tower.
time, they'll be running the same comp.
Yeah. Alright, so let's see what they're going to do here. Especially build-wise, almost everyone is running stealth jump as well, except for Fancy with the super, special charge up for the super jumps.
Oh, a fight's breaking out, and the Wiper goes down. The Brella goes down too. 3 from Last Wish are down, and that's an early push for Mero.
Yeah, Mero does a really early push here and already getting to the first checkpoint. Managing to take down essentially everyone from Last Wish pretty early into the game. We see a nice fight from Dinla here as well. And Tri-Strike does get thrown also on window.
This is a really strong push, especially this early on in the game. I wonder if they'll be able to KO with this. The Roller should be able to get their bubble set up soon, and yeah, it's set up. They're holding a really strong control of Last Wish's spawn.
Yeah, and Mero's
unfortunate
really
for
close to
them.
a KO, and they do get
Ooh, are they
stopped
able to stop
really
it?
quickly.
They do.
And Last Witch gets on the tower to stop it barely, but the Viper was the only one left.
Just a little more, they'll be able to get KO. It looks really likely. Everything's getting thrown, and that's game. That was really quick.
That was a really quick Sturgeon Tower game. That was really well played from Mero Dad. That was...
Mero sweeped that. Well done to them.
Yeah, especially since they managed to do basically a KO at the beginning. That really helped. So yeah, we will be getting to a break now again. We will see you in a couple of minutes again. And
Yeah,
make
see you
yourself
later.
comfortable. All right, we're back from a break, and we will see the winners round 3. There's currently nothing on screen, but we'll get that sorted. All right, it's George and Friends against Resilience. We do see again that there's an L3D. To clarify, that's again a normal L3. We currently do not have an image of the normal L3. Happens. Yeah, we see there's dry strikes again. So this is definitely yeah, interesting again. We do see crabs on both teams. So that will definitely be a fight. So yeah, I wonder what's going to happen on Rainmaker Museum.
I absolutely love the team names and the team icons. I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, George and Friends is a funny little and silly Resilience team name. So yeah, both have.
I wonder who's George. Resilience seems quite silly.
Yeah, I will see if they will do some silly stuff. They may do. They may do.
So how do you feel about the matchup of Heavy and Explo?
Heavy and Explo is definitely interesting. I mean, we have, if I'm not stupid, we have Rain on the Explo, which, well, is interesting as a special to use in comp. I don't see it that much, surprisingly, or it could just be me.
Only on zones.
Yeah, which we do have at the end again. And, well, Heavy with the Wave Breaker, which is, well, nice, but everyone jumps over it, so...
I feel like Heavy kind of gets outpainted by Explo. On Rainmaker, I do feel like Heavy has a slight advantage. Oh, let's go. It's gaming time.
All right. So we see, of course, both of them running the comp that they should. Nothing weird and special, but we do see a couple of
shredder.
Yeah, we do see a couple of object shredders, and
Ooh, Resilience
gets the first pop, but does not pick up the Rainmaker yet, which is, well, good to first push back George and Friends, but they do throw out a tri-strike, which can definitely be at their advantage. And we also do see a crab get popped from George and Friends as well.
That was a really early crab, and that's another crab from George and Friends. Resilience seems to be really interested in pushing the Rainmaker. George and Friends are 2 down. Will they be able to get the check? They are not. They get picked off by that squeezer.
But they do immediately get the pop and do manage to break through the check nonetheless, even though they
that was really quick.
Yeah, Object Shredder really does wonders on Rainmaker.
Oh, 3 from Resilience are down, and the VDS is forced to jump out. That's a strong push, and seems like Devi is able to get that check. The Wave Breaker gets popped, a crab gets popped too. All their specials are getting popped, but they aren't able to grab the Rainmaker to get lead.
we see George and Friends throwing the tri-strike to actually get the Rainmaker and the lead, as they were really pushed in, and that tri-strike really did help to get the lead. Yeah.
Dualies seem to be alone with the squeezer in mid. They're trying their best to hold mid while waiting for their team to respawn. The Trizuka is able to get a pick. 2 from George and Friends are down. Daybreak is forced to back up, and they're going for pop again.
Yeah, Daybreak really managed to pop the shield there really fast, which is good for Resilience, as they can immediately grab the Rainmaker, which they do. Yeah, can we see them here get lead, as it's currently only 2, but they do get picked off by George and Friends.
It's only the Dualies. They might be able to get lead here. Almost everybody from George and Friends are down, and they're respawning. Rainmaker's playing really patiently here, trying to get a few picks before pushing up. Crab gets popped. The Crab gets Daybreak, and it almost gets the Rainmaker. It's a nice play by Sylph.
Yeah, the Sylph is now pushing up, getting a nice pick on
Another kill.
Julian, and and David being in the Rainmaker
Actually,
free
the
zone
Rainmakers
does
might
not.
explode.
Yeah, he
Oh, the
didn't have much
Rainmaker
time, but he still got picked off.
That's not exactly the best place for the Rainmaker to be right now for either teams. I'd say that locations is a lot better for the winning team because it's stalling out the timer.
Yeah, Resilience really has to push up now, but especially since George and Friends are in the lead. So, yeah, but the Explo is completely alone there. I was lying. The VDS is also with him.
All that dualies pushed all the way up and they managed to get the pick on the VDS. Another fight breaks out on their plat, and Chump user is not using chumps.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean
Interesting
it's yeah. So yeah, we see George and Friends having the Rainmaker basically just stalling for a little bit, but we do have to see some action from Resilience as they are still at a that they still don't have the lead, and yeah, there's less than a minute left.
George and Friends are able to get that Rainmaker all the way up to Resilience's plat. That's quite good for them because that means they have a longer way to push to get lead now.
Yeah, we see Devi getting a nice pick on Splatberg
Does she be
there,
able to get another one? She does.
and it is a trade. Really nice there as well. Yeah, we
Silk
basically
has
see
a crab ready. Will they be able to pop it? No, they are not. And two from George and Friends are down. Resilience might be able to get they might be able to get lead here into overtime.
yeah, we see Resilience actually pushing up by quite a bit, painting the plat from George and Friends and having the Rainmaker at the moment, which could get them to the lead. And that was a very close.
Zuka shot.
Yeah.
That just missed. George and Friends are 2 down. They might be able to get lead here. Are they able to? The tri-strikes get popped. It walls out the Rainmaker. George and Friends are all back up again. But are they gonna win?
Yeah, Resilience is really playing it super patiently here, so they do have to push up to get that sweet victory. So they are doing a good job though at keeping George and Friends back, but we do see a tri-strike, which leads to Julian having to still be at the back.
The Rainmaker's time is almost running out. They have to get a push in now, otherwise it will explode. Do they have enough time? They do not. George and Friends win with the power of friendship.
And won this game on Rainmaker. That was really close though. Like, Resilience could have easily, well, not, could have definitely gotten the lead there, but it was really just a big stallfest there at the end. I also love the image from George and Friends here. It's absolutely beautiful.
It's George and his friends. I wonder who's George. Anyway, I absolutely loved the overtime play from Resilience there. They played it really patiently.
Yeah, that was really well there from Resilience, as you said. I do wonder what they will be doing on Inkblot though, because we do have Clambits here.
Clamblets on Inkblot. We do have double crab, so I think it's safe to assume average crab plays. I don't think Explo is particularly powerful on clams.
Yeah, it really depends how both teams play it. I mean, both comps are definitely well balanced, as they are made by the awesome tournament organizers here. So yeah, we have to see what Resilience is going to do, especially since it's currently 1-0 for George and Friends. So can we see a tie on this round, we might.
Are we gonna win? Will George and friends make it to round 4 with the power of friendship? Or will Resilience make it to round 4 with the power of silliness? What do you think?
I mean, both are definitely able to win this. So yeah, let's see
Let's
what's
go. Friendship
going to
versus
happen.
silly.
All right. Yeah, obviously we see the same comps. So yeah, immediately we see that there's still a bit of object shredder on George and Friends' side.
They might have kept it on. Ooh, Devi's going for an interesting starting position here. But they
Yeah.
seem to be unable to get any picks.
Yeah, we do see Resilience immediately popping crab and actually
crab
getting
got
damaged by
shredded.
quite a bit. Yeah. Devi does get picked off by the Expo though, which is really strong for Resilience here, as they already have a power clamp.
Ooh, both tri-strikes landed at the same time. That's a really, really talented play there. I do know for a fact it's not easy to execute.
Yeah, because you have to throw one really, really high and the other one's down, so they all basically pop at the same time. And we do see Resilience get the clamp in, but there isn't really a big follow-up, which is, well, not looking too amazing at the moment, but they can still get it, as they already have a new power clamp.
George and friends have all 3 of their specials ready, and they have loads of potential to get a push.
Nice
Trizuga
pick.
gets popped and gets a pick.
That was really nice from Cactu there. The kill on the pick on the crab there, that was absolutely insane.
They seem to be unable to get the power climb in though. Cactu is unspotted, but unfortunately for them, they go down to the rain.
Yeah, we see Resilience holding a power climb at the moment, so they could definitely go for a push here, but they have to basically push George and Friends back so they don't do anything.
2 from Resilience are down, and it looks like George and Friends might be able to get another push in. Resilience is staggering quite a bit. Things aren't looking too great for them. Oh, but a crab does get popped. Will it be able to find any picks though? We will see.
Yeah, we see just George and Friends playing it really safe so they can actively just push in and get to the basket and get the power climb in that they still have from the pity.
Ooh, a crab gets popped. It looks like they're pushing in really slowly. They don't have a power climb yet, but now they do, and there goes the power climb, and they are actually able to follow up on it. 2 from Resilience are down. How many more clams are they able to get in before the timer runs out? It looks like they've run out of clams and they're forced to back up. Resilience is doing a really good job at defense, actually.
Yeah, Cactu was almost able to get into the base, but got picked off by Julian with the X-Build there, which was definitely nice from Julian there.
Julian's just painting right now. Nice work painting. Oh, but the Splatling is able to pick them off.
Yeah, we do see that Resilience does have a power climb ready, so they might just go for a push here. And we do see them popping a crab, so that could really open up a lot of opportunities here. Especially with the crab and X-Bull combo, that is a lot of AoE damage that they could do. Yeah.
Ooh, the Storm's ready. They might be able to get in another push. Will they be able to retake lead? They get the climb in. George and Friends are staggering quite a bit, and there's lead for Resilience. Tri-Strike gets popped, but are they able to continue the push?
Yeah, we see just George and friends just completely playing it safe so that Resilience can't go back into that path. So actively just pushing them back so they can't do another push. They are
looks like they're painting for special right now.
yeah.
They've got Tri-Strike ready and it's popped immediately into mid. Is it able to find any picks though? But
Resilience is very
seem
close
so.
to 2 power clamps though, as we can see. Resilience does have 1 power clamp, actually 2 power clamps ready, and they George and friends really just has to push in to get that win. But
Unfortunate for them, they are 3 down, and Chump User is doing their best to go in for a push, but unfortunately they get absolutely surrounded and destroyed.
yeah, and this is it. Resilience took this game, making this a tie. For so now we'll see what they will do for the next one though. This was really interesting to watch though.
This is for real the peak of friendship and the peak of silliness.
Yeah, it was really close as well, which well, George and friends could have won this, but good one on Resilience there, as it's now the tiebreaker, which is on Splatzone's Mai with the pole in the middle.
Oh yeah, I don't remember if Mahi had a pole. Did they get affected?
Yeah, Mahi got affected in zones, I think, with a pole
yeah,
directly
right.
in the middle.
Oh yeah, the pole update. Our
Yeah, the
favorite
pole update. Quite silly. Some polls on Hagglefish, Wahoo. That poll on Wahoo though, that is wild.
Absolutely iconic. I feel like that pole is going to be more of a problem for the splat lane rather than the Explorer, because the Explorer can just fire over it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if the Expo just really fires over it, then it's done. The Splatling can't do much, especially since the pole basically blocks the entire view from them. So I wonder what they will be doing here with the Splatling.
Probably just unusual splatling positions. I think the pole's actually gonna affect Crab play as well, because I think usually Crab would be on snipe and doing Crab things, but the pole is blocking half of the Crab's line of sight.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I wonder what both teams will do with their Crabs. So we'll probably see some very unusual Crab spots as before the poll update. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting, and I wonder who will take this, and we will see it now. So let's see.
Let's go, same comps.
All right. Yeah, so we see George and friends still running a lot of Object Shredder. I think they just love Object Shredder as well. And Resilience immediately getting the zone, but George and friends flipping it immediately as well and getting the lead really early on.
That was a really, really intense first mid-fight. Unfortunately for George and friends, 2 of their members go down, and it looks like Resilience will be able to start making a lockout here.
Yeah, Resilience is currently in possession of the zone, and we do see that George and friends is throwing out a Tri-Strike, which could do wonders, but yeah.
Well, the VDS tried to get that jump, but unfortunately for them, they managed to get away. Devi's trying to get a few picks and some paint down. Will they be able to get the zone again?
We'll see. Oh, that was a nice Tri-Strike shot there. That got rid of David here. That was really nice from George and friends there. But they do get wiped out. And Resilience
Did they
now...
get 2 picks there? That was really good from them.
I think they did, yeah. So yeah, now it's looking like... Oh, good!
Kaizuka gets 1 shot.
That was a really good pick though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we saw a really good shot there with the Trizuka, which is really good for them. But now it's literally just George and friends trying to get to the zone and taking it back, as Brazilians only has 10 points left. Can they flip the zone? It's really close, and it's just a splash.
It's just the dualies. And that's
And
a
they
wipeout, and that's game for Resilience.
Resilience really managed to keep uh, George and friends away from the zone there. That was absolutely insane.
I think if George and Friends had a few more specials to push in with, they might have been able to flip the zone. But yeah, that didn't happen. And this set goes to Resilience.
Yeah, we'll
So-
immediately get into a break. So we will see you all in the winners round 4.
we are back, and we'll be moving on to winners round 4. This will be the last set we'll commentate, and we'll be looking at teams Capri Sun Sipping and Put Put Party. I once again love both these icons.
They are absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Is that the Oh the Misery Cat? But yeah, looking at comps, we'll be seeing double bucket from Put Put Party and Sloshing Machine from Capri Sun Sipping.
Yeah, so we see 3 buckets in the game already, and both versions of the Junior as well. I really wonder what's going to happen here, especially since I do not see Blobber often in comp.
I do think this is gonna be interesting because it looks like Put Put Party has a lot more paint output than Capri Sun Sipping. So, but Capri Sun Sipping has a lot more sliding power. So it'll be interesting how they have to work around that.
Yes, especially they also do have a zip caster, which can work really well for them, especially to get behind Put Put Party here. Really interested to see what will happen in these games.
Looks like round 1's gonna be on Hagglefish Clams. I do feel like the brush has potential to make some sneaky clam plays, but I do feel like Capri Sun Sipping has more. The comb is more suited to be holding the basket open for longer.
Yeah, we might also try and see the Octobrush on Capri Sun Sippin, try and go in with a zip with a power clam and trying to get picked off so they can have a clam immediately there and someone shocking. That could work.
Oh wait, TC. That was a mistake.
Small error here.
Actually changes quite a lot of what we just said. But anyways. Capri Sun has a junior, and that'd be really helpful for them to make tower pushes, especially like last minute tower pushes because of the bubble. Help squeeze out those extra few points to get lead in overtime.
Yeah, the thing is though that Pop-Up Party does have 2 tri-strikes on the Slosher and the T-Tech.
Here we go again.
Let's see what is going to happen. Alright, immediately going in, we do see just normal stealth jump and a little bit LDE, so it's not really that focused on one ability.
Looks like T-Tech's just starting out by painting for tri-strikes.
Yeah, we can see T-Tech already has the tri-strike and pops it immediately.
Ooh.
But they do get picked off by 3 at the same time in alley. Yeah, but
ooh. They got absolutely destroyed by that Octobrush there. They might be able to hold on the push for a little longer, but no, the Slosher goes down, and I think they'll be forced to back up here.
Yeah, we see just Pop-Up Party really just focusing a little bit on painting the sides so that they can essentially just flank as Pigeon did, and no one noticed until now. And can Pigeon get a pick? They can.
Oh, the Pigeon's being targeted by so many of Capri Sun Sipping. 3 of them are down. Pigeon is holding the Booyah Bomb, waiting for them to respawn, just so there's people to throw it at.
Yeah, we see Capri Sun Sipping going for basically a GG strike on the tower, but not really a GG strike. To just put off the towers so that they cannot get more points, but they are still on the tower.
Put Party is able to push the tower through first checks very smoothly. Capri Sun Sipping is staggering quite a little, and they have to be really careful if they want to be able to get that tower back. The Slosher goes down, the tower is able to break through second check. Will they be able to break third check and KO?
Yeah, we see it's practically only the machine and the zip alive, but we do see a jump, but they will immediately get picked off by Post here with the Slosher. So now it's basically Capricorn Sipping taking back a little, but they do get picked off by Titus here.
Capri-Sun Sipping is still staggering a little. Looks like Titus here is playing for jumps. The Blob's just painting for special, I'd assume. They're forced to back up though because loads of bombs are getting thrown at them. The Brush is able to get a pick and they have Zip ready.
Yeah, we do see them get another pick on post here, which is definitely good here, and they do pop the Zip, so we see another pick, but they unfortunately get picked off by Pew Pew here from Capricorn Sipping. And they get another one on Pigeon. That's really good for Capricorn right now, as they can basically push up a little bit more.
Unfortunately for Pew Pew, two of Put Put Party were able to work together and take them down. Capri-Sun Sipping is able to take two more, and are they able to get the third, hiding behind the sponge? Yes, they do, and that should be able to give them an opening to make a counter push.
Yeah, Capricorn Sipping really on the tower right now, basically managing to get points back, and we see an interesting wave breaker throw here. Yeah.
Put Put Party has a Zip pop, but the Brush goes down. They're staggering a little now. Will they be able to take lead back though? They don't have third check cleared. Second check, I mean. Bria's getting popped. It does not get thrown at the tower, but a Tri-Strike's getting thrown near the tower. The Blob's able to get a pick. That's quite impressive.
Yeah, really impressive from the Blob here. It looks like they want to get another pick, can they? It's very
It's only
close.
the Blob now.
Yeah, it's only the Blob, and they do have the special, but it may not really help that much at the moment, and they're really in a basically 2 or 3v1 situation.
Yeah, but looks like the rest of Capricorn Sipping's respawn now. They might be able to hold. They might be able to get a few more picks, and they might possibly be able to get lead here. But the Blob gets picked off by Pigeon, and Pigeon is able to get the jump, and that's a third. That's a really well. That was well played by Pigeon there.
Yeah, it's only 7 seconds left, so Capricorn really has to do something, but it's looking really good for Putt Putt here, and they do get the win for this game.
Very well played. There were quite a few stagger moments from both sides, but they were able to regroup pretty well afterwards and make some pretty powerful pushes.
Yeah, both of them played really well, especially when it was more pushed up on the first check. Both of the teams really managed to like make the other team stagger by quite a bit, which was interesting here. I wonder what they will do for Rainmaker Ultra, especially since we don't even have a crab. So I wonder what's going on here, as crab can be really viable, but it's not existent. So let's see.
Oh yeah, there's no crab. So we won't be seeing crabs on bridge. That is definitely interesting, because I don't think I've ever seen a Eeltail Rainmaker game in competitive without crab.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting for both sides. I think Capricorn Sipping can actually get this really well, especially since they can. Well, they do have a what's it called, Inkjet, which could also do quite a bit of damage on the Rainmaker shield. So we'll probably see some object shredder here as well.
Random question, but do you think the Inkjet exhaust can pop the Rainmaker shield?
I mean, it could. It's just gonna take a while. It would be funny though if they do that. Which, well, everything, like if you get a kill, a pick or whatever with the Inkjet exhaust, that's just super hilarious.
Downright That's just downright embarrassing.
Embarrassing for the one that got splattered. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'll hope that does not happen because neither of these teams deserve to be publicly embarrassed.
Yeah. All right, let's see what they will be doing here though. We do not see any object shredder on any of the teams though.
That is really interesting. I wonder who's going to be able to get pop here. Looks like Capri-Sun Sipping is able to get pop. The blob's pressuring the bridge and a tri-strike gets popped out. Looks like Capri-Sun Sipping is trying to go for an early push, but are unable to as 2 of their buckets go down. 3 of them actually.
Yeah, Puppet getting the Rainmaker and really pushing up far here. And they do get picked off by Health here though, so yeah.
Could have potentially gotten the checkpoint. Oh, but Capri-Sun Sipping's doing a really good job at gatekeeping that checkpoint. They really don't want Put Party to reach it. A rain gets thrown, Rainmaker's popped, and Capri-Sun Sipping is gonna be coming back in with another push.
Yeah, we see also Puppet having a Zipcaster out and actually getting really close to getting the Rainmaker and essentially also getting it with a Fizzy Bomb from Pigeon. Interesting there.
Put Party might be able to get check here. The Booyah gets popped and so does the bubble, and yeah, check does get taken by them. Yeah,
really intense here. Puppet really managed to fight to get onto the check, which is good for them. But the Rainmaker did reset, which is, well, they essentially have to push the entire way again. And we do see Capri-Sun actually popping a tri-strike, and we get a nice pick from Pose to Put Party here.
Put Party seems like they're having a staggered respawn. Capri-Sun might be able to take first check here. Oh, and they go with the other checkpoint, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, we
and
usually
they
never
take the lead by a bit.
Yeah, we usually never see the right check get used as the first checkpoint. It's quite interesting that Capri-Sun did it.
Put Party really needs to take back mid here, and it might be quite difficult for them because of their lack of paint.
Yeah, especially since Capri-Sun is also already popping another tri-strike, which, well, can do quite a bit of stuff. And we get a nice kill from Half here. Can they get a pick on Pigeon? They can, but they do get picked off by the Octopus.
Does the Rainmaker rely from Put Party? Are they able to hold it? Will the members be able to respawn soon enough to protect it? And no, they are not. The Rainmaker goes down, but the rest of Put Party is alive now.
Yeah, we saw Put getting the pop there, but not managing to completely follow up on it. We just see both fighting for mid, and I'm really interested on what's going to happen now, as Put does have the Rainmaker again, and we may see them go for a nice push here, which could give them the lead.
Capri-Sun Sipping holding the Rainmaker very carefully. The Seijun is trying to rush, and they are able to get a trade with the Rainmaker. This is good for Put Party here as they're buying time, but it's only the blob left. Capri-Sun Sipping's got the Rainmaker again. The rain gets popped. It does not get any picks. And Rainmaker's playing really safe on the bridge.
Yeah, they did fall off the bridge though, which is really unfortunate, though they can still maybe get the lead. It's only 45 seconds left, so they really have to push up and not get pushed back by a Papa Party, but it does get picked off, and we do see a nice pick from both teams here.
Will Capri-Sun Sipping be able to make another push? No, they are not, and Put Party is able to take care of the Rainmaker there. Zip
Yeah,
faster gets popped
they got
and was
really
unable
close
to get any picks. Sorry, continue.
Capri Sun Sipping was really close to the lead there, but Purple Party really did manage to stop them from that. So it's going to a 1-1 probably, as Purple Party is
Oh,
holding
that was so
the Rainmaker,
close.
but it
They were
went
trying.
to overtime.
They were trying to stall the Rainmaker, but the Rainmaker got picked off at the last second. This gives Capri-Sun Sipping a really good chance to make a comeback. Are they able to do it? It looks like
It looks
they
AR. And this
they did it.
set goes to Capri Sun Sipping last moment.
God.
Wow.
Put Party got a little too cocky at the end there. They tried to stall the Rainmaker and they got picked off, and it really, really did not work out for them.
Yeah,
Man.
absolutely close here. Yeah, so that will be it from us two. And we will be going to other commentators, to Pi and Cytogas. So yeah, where can we find you, to Phantomu?
So I'll do my introduction again. I'm Phantomu. You can find me on Twitter at Phantomu_, and I'm an artist and I'm taking commissions. How about you, Emily? Where do we find you?
Well, yeah, I'm Emily. The Twitter you can see at the bottom at mskiofficial. I have recently released a song as well, so I do make music. And yeah, you can find me there, also on Twitch if you want to. It was fun commentating for the first time. So
yeah, this is our first time. It's really fun commentating with you. And fun fact, we're on the same team.
Yeah, hello. All right.
Passing the mic on to Pi and Cytogas. We'll be off now. We will not be seeing you again.
Hello, everyone. I hope y'all have been giving a hand to the last commentators who have been doing an amazing job, and I hope you're excited for more exciting Splatoon sets. I am Pi.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I am Pi, and with me is Cytogast.
Hi. We're looking at winners round 5 here.
All right. So we have Zero Deaths versus Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe.
Interesting.
Yeah. These are some good teams here. So I'm excited to see an excellent matchup. But let's take a look at these comps. We've got the Zero Deaths with the Nova, Hydra, Tetras, and Inkrush, and the Democratic Republic with Nautilus, Jet Sculpture, Custom Junior, and the Dualies.
Of course. And we can see that there's a clear idea going on here where you've got your anchors being the Hydra and the Jet, along with the aggressive Dualies and supportive Nova and C Junior. And then the real dynamic difference here that I can see immediately is not in Brush, because those two don't really fit the same role, but they can definitely do interesting things to the other comp if they play their cards right.
Yeah, definitely. What I am interested in seeing is that both teams, one with the Nova and one with the Not, have a point sensor weapon, and I personally am a fan of point sensors. I think they're a bit underrated myself, and so I'm interested to see if those will get any use at all. If the teams will decide they just don't need them.
Of course, yeah. Nova themselves, as a weapon, gets a lot of usage out of spamming point sensors, but Not might find that they will instead just opt to use Not as the main weapon instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and another really important thing to note is that the Democratic Republic do have a crab from the Dualies, and Zero Deaths, I believe, do not. So that's going to probably factor into strategy here.
Of course, yeah. Crab being such a really strong special as it is in the current meta, we could potentially see a bit of a struggle with the shorter ranged weapons. Hydra might have to deal with it.
Yeah, for sure. The Crab is kind of like a temporary Hydra, so in a way, in one of its firing modes. So the Hydra may have to just serve to be the main counter to it, unless perhaps the Inkrush or the Tetras can sneak up behind it and deal with it from that way.
Of course, they will have to deal with it immediately because it's definitely going to lock them out.
Mm-hmm. And here we have the maps and modes. Round 1, zones on Hagglefish. I think we're probably going to see I can definitely picture the Hydra getting up on glass early to try to lock down the zone. What do you think?
Definitely, for sure. They'll have to play pretty in a pretty interesting way. Zero Deaths here, considering the Democratic Republic they're gonna have better paint with their Jet and C Junior. All their weapons can paint decently well, aside from maybe Not, but the other team, they have Tetras and Brush, and those two are gonna have to play pretty aggressively to make up for their lack of paint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Nova really does seem to be the main paint support player, the main paint support weapon on the Zero Deaths. So we'll want to watch that to see if that is able to make up for the paint weakness that the rest of the weapons have.
Of course, they're gonna have to play a bit of a pseudo Jet if they want to be able to combat what Jet's gonna be wanting to do in your zone.
Yeah, definitely. All in all, I am excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, I definitely am.
And if there's still time to get your predictions in the chat, you can go ahead and do that to those watching.
Of course, I feel like it could go either way.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I really am interested to see if the more aggressive comp will go for what they need to go for, being that their weapons, they have a lack of paint, but they can, on average, like Tetras and Brush don't need paint so much as other weapons do to function properly.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is that zone needs to be painted. They need to get the picks.
All right, we're still waiting for the teams to be fully ready with the weapon comps chosen as it is. What really matters is just who plays what comp, I guess, and the gear they use to go along with it. It won't make the biggest difference in the world, but it will be interesting to see what the teams decide to use.
For sure. The siege unit might benefit. Actually, a lot of weapons on the blue team here might benefit a lot from running more Ninja Squid, considering they will definitely be having a lot more paint on average.
Yeah, and especially since the none of them really matches the range of the Hydra, except when the dualies get crab, and for instance, and so if the Hydra's able to lock down large enough areas, then they will have to use some kind of stealth or some kind of special coordination, for instance, to get in.
Right.
Yeah, and I believe in this tournament so far we've seen teams sticking with the same player on the same weapon for each round, but with the large number of subs that Democratic Republic has, they might do something else. But now we see the rosters, we see the comps. Of course, we know what the comps were going in, and now the match is just about to get started. Let's see. A lot of stealth jump on Zero Deaths, and a bit of object shredder on the, I think that was the Nautilus from Democratic Republic.
Immediate pick here.
Oh yeah.
On the side of Zero Deaths.
2 picks, in fact. But Zero Deaths does use that to take the zone, and they've taken the lead from Sao Tome.
Phillies are playing way up close to their plat here. They're trying to see if they can get another pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing very aggressive, the way that we normally see Tetras being played. They do get picked off here, but not before 2 go down from Sao Tome and Principe. Zero Deaths do hold on to the zone. They keep the fight up in Sao Tome's plat, and they have significant control. They're pushed up. In fact, the Hydra Splatling is all the way up on the
they pop the crab to try and get them out of their plat.
Yeah, and the crab.
They
crab is
have
popped.
to really soon here.
Yeah, just in time with 8 left. They do push back and they take the zone. Now they're painting up. They've put Zero Deaths out of position, and they are going to hold the zone for as long as they can.
Right, a solid lead here on the side of Zero Deaths. Their Tetras went in and they knew immediately to play off of that.
Oh yeah, but now we see the whale coming out from Zero Deaths, and the reef slider it's canceled. Oh yeah, and there's the Booyah. They're all using their specials to try to take back the zone, and they are able to do it, holding the Democratic Republic to only 41 remaining. But yeah, but now the Democratic Republic have taken back the zone, even as the Hydra on Zero Deaths tries to hold on and paint over it.
Right, we're seeing now the massive difference in paint here. Simply having the same amount of players is not enough for them to take the zone back. They need to get the picks, and they do.
Yeah, they took, for briefly there were 3 down on the Democratic Republic. That's such a long team name. It's hard to. I got to decide how to abbreviate that. Anyway, they are holding the zone. They are pushed up again. This time it's the brush under the glass trying to get picks, but they get picked off themselves. Now the crab comes out on the glass. It takes control, and the ink vac to protect the
Good
crab.
special synergy.
Yeah. And they do take control, but the dualies do go down as a result. But now Zero Deaths has taken back control. They pop the Booyah as 2 go down. Both teams have 2 down here. But it's even as the Zero Deaths are coming back later, they are still able to hold on to the zone until they aren't.
A good flip on the side of... Oh, no, they're 3 down. They went 3 down after flipping the zone, and now the Zero Deaths is now going to... They should be able to do a more aggressive play here, considering that they have the opportunity to go back in their base, and that really has shown so far to be how they get the most points.
Yeah, both teams are playing aggressively, getting lots of slats, and the zone is changing hands very quickly, but this time it seems that Zero Deaths are holding onto it. They're able to set up forward again, and they're getting 2 picks here, 3 even, and it's a wipeout, and with that they are able to immediately take the victory.
There goes game 1.
Game 1 goes to Zero Deaths. It was interesting to see that they were able to push really aggressively onto Sao Tome's plat, and while Sao Tome was able to take their own plat back, it was hard for them to push up similarly onto Zero Deaths. What do you think?
Exactly. That's exactly the thing. It's they definitely Zero Deaths here definitely knew exactly what they needed to do from their comp, and that's sort of the appeal with this tournament. I feel is that like you might be put into a situation where you don't know how to play the weapons well, but potentially from having to counter it so much in game, you'll be able to figure out what you have to do to actually make it work. And those, for example, those Tetras at the start, even though they went down, they still got enough room to get the team all the way down to 8 points, which was enough to secure a pretty decent amount of points.
Yeah, absolutely. They even there were several times we saw when Zero Deaths was pushed up pretty far forward ahead of the zone, and even if the Tetras went down fighting, they were able to get the picks that they needed. They were able to take 1 or 2 or 3 with them and help the Zero Deaths hold on to their position.
Absolutely. Everything on Zero Death's team is just saying, okay, we can't paint as well, so we'll just keep trading or keep going back in your base repetitively over and over, and it doesn't matter that we can't paint it because you will be down.
Exactly. Yeah. Next up we have Inkblot Tower. This is a perennial favorite ever since Splatoon 2, and what do you think we'll see from here? Oh well, we're going right into the
yeah. We might see potentially less use out of a more aggressive comp, since Tower's a less lockout type of mode than Zones is.
Yeah, for sure. Since the objective is moving, that'll change things. We have Object Shredder on both of the Splatlings now. We see the teams fighting for mid. Both teams have a decent amount of paint. No one's gotten picked off just yet. Except the Splatling.
Down with the Hydra.
Yeah, the Hydra's going down. Another down on Zero Deaths. 3 down, and that's a wipeout.
Immediate wipe.
An early wipeout for Sao Tome. This is a perfect scenario for them. They have 3 specials ready. They've got the crab protecting the tower. and the ink vac too, to stifle the fire from the 0 deaths, and they've already gotten the checkpoint past first, already gotten the tower past first check, and already at second check.
Wow. It really is incredible how they understand. They seem to understand that the weakness in their enemy's comp, and once they get one pick, they immediately switch targets. They go to the next one, and then the next one, and then they get the wipe.
Yeah, but the 0 deaths were able to stop the tower. They did get 3 down, but now it's back to neutral, and it's 3 down on 0 deaths once again. But it's a wipe. Now 0 deaths have gotten a wipe. Even as they go 2 down themselves, they're going to have to pull in. It was a little staggered for them, and they weren't really able to capitalize on the wipeout that they got. And so Sao Tome is holding on to their own plat. They're holding on to mid, and even now, as 0 deaths takes the tower, they aren't in the ideal scenario to push it up. They get a Booyah Bomb on the plat, and they take the tower with the Hydra Splatling, but how much longer are they going to be able to hold on to this push?
They seem to be making do with the fact that they don't have the right amount of kill power, so they are just going into their base and being annoying so that they can get off of the Hydra from the tower. So they don't target Hydra.
Yeah, but 0 deaths has taken the lead. They've gotten the Killer Whale out. The Hydra is still riding the tower and still has Booyah Bomb available. They've gotten to checkpoint 3, and since Sao Tome doesn't really have much stopping power, they just mostly have paint. It takes them a long time to get the tower, to stop the tower for just a moment, though. The 0 deaths is pushing the tower even further, and they've gotten 3 down. There's no one on the tower, though, so maybe Sao Tome will have time to regroup. They're back on the tower now, though, but they're staggered, and they are unable to stop as 0 deaths pushes it all the way.
Incredible.
Yeah, and with that, 0 deaths turns it around, and they take the set 2-0.
Right. They had amazing synergy. There's yeah, I gotta hand it to 0 deaths. They really figured out exactly how to play that comp very fast. And
Yeah.
on the side of Democratic Republic, they seem to have less kill power, and simply in certain times when they were starting to get staggered, there was very little options for them to do.
Yeah, it was interesting in the very early game seeing that they were able to get a wipe on 0 deaths, and they were pushing the tower early on. But then 0 deaths regrouped. They recovered from the wipe, and they ended up pushing it all the way and getting the KO.
Ironic of a name for 0 deaths for their proper game plan on with their comp to just go in continuously.
Yeah, well, they don't have to get 0 deaths to win, and that's what we saw.
Of course. Especially in the current meta, it can be really beneficial to just have the sort of dedicated I'm going to stay alive and play objective player here being the Hydra, and then the others, namely the Tetras and Brush, they just go in and they keep them off of Hydra so that they can score points with objective.
Yeah, and we didn't see a whole lot of the Nova, but we did see several Killer Whales coming out. So that was definitely the Nova playing paint support and getting special and using it as well as they could.
Of course, Nova was really good at making up for that end of their comp.
Yeah, and so that's that round, and we'll take a quick break, and then coming back, we'll come up back with winners round 6, I believe. Yep. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Under Pressure's Armoury tournament. We are about to tune into the the winners finals. We are about to see the winners finals between two teams that have won every match so far that they have encountered in the brackets. These are Zero Deaths and Capri Sun Sippin. These are, in fact, the number 1 and 2 seeds in the tournament, so it is going to be very exciting to see them play it out for a spot in the grand finals.
Of course, we've seen really good gameplay from both of these teams thus far, and it's really going to be interesting to see how they're going to deal with these new comps they're going to be given.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to work a little differently from the previous rounds. Each of these teams will have 3 different comps that they can choose from. They will have to pick a comp in its entirety. They can't mix and match the weapons, but we will have a chance of seeing different comps for different rounds. And additionally, this is a best of 5 with a counterpick system. The way it will work is that after each round, the loser will pick a mode for the next round. Then the winner will strike 2 maps, and the loser will choose a map from the 2 remaining. But the first round, it's 0-0, so there's no counterpicks, and we are starting with zones on Mako Mark.
Very fair map mode to start on with. Could be very beneficial for either comp. And now with counterpicks, we could potentially see what teams are thinking when they go into their matches with their newly picked comps.
Definitely. There are 3 different comps available, so can't see exactly what they're going to be to begin with. And each team, they won't be able to strategize specifically about the comp that the other team has.
Mm-hmm.
But now we have the match starting, so we'll see in just a second what weapons each team has picked.
Interesting.
All right. We see those comps at the top. Now I see a lot of stealth jump from both teams, and one with Ninja Squid on each. Zero Deaths. Yep. Oh, Zero Deaths takes the zone, and they already have a bubble, but they're 2 down, and so Capri Sun is one down, and they take the zone after 14 ticks. They have the tri-strikes now that they're bringing out, and they have taken the lead. It's not a very strong lead, but it is a lead. 2 down on Capri Sun, 1 down on Zero Deaths, and Capri Sun is still able to hold the zone for just a little longer until Zero Deaths flips it back with a triple, taking 3 down on Capri Sun.
Nice. It was a lot of back and forth fights on all sides of Mako there, so it could be interesting to see how Capri Sun might try to regroup here.
Yeah, Zero Deaths tried to push it with the Zipcaster, but they got splatted, and 2 got splatted, and Capri Sun is able to take away or make Zero Deaths lose control, but they aren't able to take it for themselves as they go 2 down, and Zero Deaths continues to bring down their timer. They get 3 down on Capri Sun, and Zero Deaths is really in control of this battle so far.
Good zone control there. Octobrush goes down on left. Really aggressive here plays here from Zero Deaths. They're trying to maintain that zone and keep them in their base.
Yeah, and they do it. Yeah, just like we saw before in the semifinals, Zero Deaths is taking the zone and playing very aggressively ahead of it, getting the picks and holding onto the zone as they did before. And as soon as the battle is over, it's game. Zero Deaths has taken the first game of the winners finals.
Incredible play there. Really fast match, but a lot of the fights were going on pretty early on, and then it just became a lockout session for Zero Deaths, and they played that really well.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time to see or discuss the comps. They went for the Octobrush, Dark Tetras, that is, Junior and Glugas, and that worked to their advantage, the Tetras were able to get in and cause havoc. And everyone else was able to follow up on it as well. So now we will have Capri Sun making the counter pick mode, and Zero Deaths will strike 2 maps, and Capri Sun will choose a map from the 2 remaining. We won't see that process here, but we will see the result of it with the map and mode that do get picked.
For sure.
What mode? Rainmaker? Got it. Yeah. So, we got the mode being Rainmaker, and the 2 maps to choose from are Museum and Scorch. What do you think, Saida? What do you think? They'll want to avoid a really aggressive early push from Zero Deaths, I think, and that's Museum.
Yes, I definitely agree. Scorch is a very easy map to lock down on. I'm sure most people are aware at this point with how Scorch pushes usually go on the right, and then they get pinched on left, and then from that point you get locked in your base. Museum's much more open. So there's and then there's of course that flank, so they're able to get out of their base way easier against aggressive comps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot harder. It's a lot easier on Museum to take back the Rainmaker when the other team has pushed up onto your plat for it. We do see Zero Deaths going with the same comp, and
immediate flank on the right here from Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Tetra's got double torped and they got locked down on left side.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Tetras have gone down. They're still the only one to go down so far. Neither team is going for the pop immediately. Both teams are... Oh, but the pop has already happened. That explains it.
It's so quick.
Yeah, 2 down on Zero Death, 3 down on Zero Death, 1 down on Capri Sun, and Capri Sun has already brought the Rainmaker to the checkpoint. They are setting up. They have tri-strikes going out. They are popping the Rainmaker, and they are setting up for a further push towards the goal.
A really good early check, considering it wasn't immediately rushed. They had the numbers to support it, and they got really good points here.
Yeah. Down to 34 remaining. They went 3 down, and Zero Deaths has control of the around the Rainmaker right now. They've got a bubble on the checkpoint ahead of it. They appear to be not picking it up. It looks like they're just going for a reset. And as they are, both teams have all 4 players up, but Capri Sun is still regrouping. We see the Zipcaster coming out, but they get splatted right away. Still 2 go down on Capri Sun, and Zero Death take the Rainmaker. They tried to jump for the pedestal, but didn't quite make it, and so they have to go around up the ramp. They are taking the turf around it, and they are able to push all the way to it, and they have taken the checkpoint.
Nice. They're going to have to keep up this pressure for them to get anywhere near as many points as they got. The enemy team.
They have kept the
barely
pressure.
scraping a lead.
And yeah, they got 2 down, and even though they went 3 down themselves, they were able to take the lead. Capri Sun is now able to regroup, but they lose the Rainmaker as soon as they pick it up. Yeah, here we see the Octobrush. Yeah, the Octobrush. Oh, a wipeout.
There's the wipe.
Yeah,
And the Zips all in their base, trying to just get the enemy team off of them. Down to 6 points, really good points.
Incredible. The Octobrush was sharking a little bit. Then they were able to get the splats, use the Zipcaster to distract the Capri Sun Sippin, while their teammate with the Rainmaker was able to bring it all the way to 6 remaining. This is going to be a big ask for Capri Sun to bring the Rainmaker to take the lead as far as they need to do that. We see the hammer come out from Capri Sun's wiper, but they go down right away, and 2 others go down, including the Rainmaker. Zero Deaths has a bit of an advantage here with numbers in mid, and they're able to take paint control of mid, but they lose one. Both teams have lost one, and the fight is relatively neutral now.
Right, they very clearly have changed up their game plan a bit. They seem to be keeping control of mid here, considering that Capri Sun now has to play their game and get to the Rainmaker before the timer runs down.
Yeah, for sure. Now the Rainmaker has been reset. We saw several go down on both teams, and once again, it's relatively neutral. But Zero Deaths have gotten another pick on the roller, and they are taking the Rainmaker, or they're not taking the Rainmaker just yet, but they are setting up for when they do. We see the Tetras trying to put pressure on those above from the Capri Sun, and the Rainmaker gets a pick, but gets taken out themselves.
And a good pick at that, because trading when you have advantage is always what you want, usually.
Exactly. Capri Sun is going to have to do more. They go 1 down, their junior goes down, 2 down, and they are going to need to regroup. It's at least 3 down, and that looks like a delayed wipe on Capri Sun, and that puts the advantage really in Zero Deaths. They are already up on Capri Sun's plat again, and they are ready to push the Rainmaker if they so choose, and they've taken it, and they look like they are going to try to, if not go all the way for a knockout, at least make it a lot harder for Capri Sun to take it out of their own plat. And in fact, there's only 20 seconds left. They've lost the Rainmaker, but it's down in a very difficult spot for Capri Sun to get it out of. The Tetras have used the Zipcaster to pop it and to cover some turf there. Even though 2 go down on Zero Deaths, they are in a serious advantage here as time is running down.
Really good play there. They put it in a very bad spot for them to try and get to.
Yeah.
And there goes the flank from Glugas, and they get shut down.
Yeah, even as Capri Sun takes it to overtime, they really have to work hard here.
Yeah, their timer's running dangerously low. And
there it goes. That looks like the dualies that took them out at the end there, and Zero Deaths takes the game.
Very interesting game. The museum definitely worked out better than Scorch would have still, but they still, Zero Deaths still ended up getting the win there with their just aggressive plays over and over again. Yeah,
and that was a key moment around the middle of the match where they were able to make their biggest push. We saw the Octobrush using their Zipcaster to put a ton of pressure onto Capri Sun and to just distract them as their teammate was carrying the Rainmaker almost all the way to a knockout, and that kept them in a really strong position and able to hold pretty much total control over the match, if not control of mid and the gameplay itself. They probably did have psychological control, at least, with having such a significant lead.
Right. It's a very good play for them to just try and get as many points as they can, and I'm sure it still would have worked out with the points that they had scored, but they wanted to go all the way and make it really, really difficult for Capri Sun to go ahead and score all the way down to really near knockout at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, Capri Sun will be picking the mode and for the next match, and they will have the final say over the stage, the map that gets picked. Yeah, they were able to do a bit better on Rainmaker than they were on Zones, but you have to wonder what they're going to choose next. If they want an even better one. Okay, it looks like for round 3 they are going with tower. No, wait, hang on. Oh, okay, cool. Yep. All right. So they are indeed going for tower control.
Interesting. This was loser's pick, right?
Yes. Yeah. Capri Sun got another chance to choose. They are going with tower control here.
Yeah, this makes sense. Clams is still a very not as bad as Zones as far as lockouts go, but you still would prefer tower for having to keep someone on the tower and keep them out of play, and that could be a potential hindrance to Zero Death's plan here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So we've got tower control. Hagglefish and Mako are banned, so it's either going to be Inkblot or Sturgeon. What do you think? I think we could see either of these. Both of them are pretty balanced. Though Sturgeon maybe less so. It is pretty easy to get fairly far into Sturgeon, and I think Capri Sun might want to avoid that. Then again, seeing what Zero Deaths did on Inkblot Tower in the semifinals, they might want to try something that hasn't been done like that so recently, at least.
Of course. Inkblot's, I would say most of the time a team would go for Inkblot, but in this particular case they might want to go for Sturgeon instead, considering that Inkblot, there's a really clear scenario that could potentially happen where they have their dualies on their plat, and that could be a really big problem. Sturgeon at least has more of a flank opportunity to get rid of the dualies if they go in your base, considering that Inkblot's flank is really slow compared to Sturgeon.
And we do see it. We see that they've picked Inkblot. So regardless of the potential benefits of Sturgeon, they've decided to go with Inkblot, and they think that they have a better chance here. Now we will see the comps when they are picked. Well, when the match starts. Do you think that they're just going to stick with the same comps, or maybe Capri Sun will change it up?
I'd be interested to see Capri Sun change it up, because thus far Zero Deaths might have already figured out what their the strengths of the Capri Sun's comp is, and they're definitely exploiting that, I think. So at this point, they just need to switch something up and potentially catch Zero Deaths off guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But of course, Inkblot Tower Control is a fan favorite. I definitely get picking that one.
Oh yeah. All right. Now we see the match is going to start. That is once again the same comp from Zero Deaths and the same comp from Capri Sun. So they have decided that is what they are most comfortable with. And we see relatively stable gear builds, I believe. Nothing too special coming out. No object shredder, I see. Oh, already one down on each side as the teams fight for mid, and already a bubble coming out, and Zero Deaths has taken the tower first.
Very, very quick trade there.
They don't take the tower far, though. And we see the Octobrush coming out with the oppressive Zipcaster. They get a pick. They are going for another. They get another, and they get a wipeout. Incredible. Zero
Really
Deaths
amazing.
With the wipeout, they've taken the lead. It's they are at checkpoint 1, and the Octobrush is pushed up. 3 of them pushed up. Everyone except the Tower Grider. But 2 go down, and 3 go down. It's only the Junior left on the tower. They are holding on to it as long as they can. The bubble that they pop gets very shredded, but
from the
they
Junior.
still take 3. They still take 3 down, and even though they had 3 down before, they were able to hold on, keep their push going, and they are well on their way to the 3rd checkpoint.
Immediate showcase of the strengths of their comp once again. They just go in and they rush, and then they have the Tower Rider just ride the tower and score the points they need, and an immediate, really good lead here from Zero Deaths.
Yeah, Capri Sun was able to stop the push. They really coordinated their pressure on the tower at the 3rd checkpoint. Still, that's a long way for them to go to catch up. They got 3 down, but Zero Deaths has already regrouped and has taken 3 down from Capri Sun, so Zero Deaths might not even let the tower go all the way back to mid. They've taken the tower back, and they are pushing it once again.
Right, they're going to need those tri-strikes to put an end to their push here, so that Rapid needs to definitely try to live here so that they can actually put those out.
Yeah, they are using the tri-strikes now as soon as they get to the checkpoint, walking out of the way of the Octobrush for long enough to keep them to use them, and that helps the team 3 down on Zero Deaths. And oh, there comes the Booyah, and the tower is going back, but there's a pretty serious fight here on Capri Sun's plat.
Right, and they just keep jumping. They just keep trying to stall the timer, and they keep trying to prevent them from getting mid control.
Yeah, Zero Deaths is putting constant pressure, even as they go down 2 down, and that is working for them as they put 3 down on Capri Sun. They've taken the tower back, and they are still bringing it back into Capri Sun's plat. The Octobrush once again using the Zipcaster, but they get shut down. 2 down on both sides, 3 down on Zero Deaths, and once again it's just the Junior on the tower, but the bubble protects them long enough for their team to get jumps in.
Lugas get a pick before they go down.
But now, once again, it's 3 down on Zero Deaths, and the brush does get taken out. They didn't have the Junior on the tower to protect it there, and so Capri Sun is able to move into mid. Maybe they will get another their own push going this time. We see the Ultra Stamp come out. One goes down before the Stamp gets even to them, and the Capri Sun has the tower, and they are able to make a push, trying to get their own score on the board and higher. They've made it past checkpoint 1. They took 2 down on Zero Deaths.
And now they are trying to make a push of their own. The Tri-Strike gets caught on the pole there. They're going to need the picks to be able to move the tower past that check, because they're just going to stand on bats and shoot them.
Yeah, definitely. They get 2 picks. They get a 3rd pick. They don't have the tower right now, but they really need to take it to take advantage of the picks they got, even as they go to 2 down. They are bringing the tower back to the 2nd check. Their strikes come out to try to defend themselves from fire around the tower, but they lose the player on the tower, and even though they're able to get some picks, they don't get the checkpoint all the way just yet. The time is ticking down, only 15 seconds left. Capri Sun really needs to continue a solid push here. They take out 2, including the brush. The bubble is protecting on from the tower, but they are still pushing.
Right. There is no time to regroup. They got really close.
Yeah, they did put together a good push there, but they just did not have time.
All things considered, that was a really good play from Capri Sun near the end there, where they were finally starting to get a hold of exactly what makes Zero Death's comp tick, and then starting to exploit that. But unfortunately, it was just a bit too late.
Yeah, they just throughout most of the game they weren't really able to deal with the pressure that Zero Death was putting on them, and Zero Death was able to keep the tower on Capri Sun's plat with the bubble from the junior, only until Zero Death or until Capri Sun could take the junior out before they were able to provide jumps to teammates.
Moving on to losers bracket now. Right.
Yep.
Nice.